Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Akhil and I'm a data engineer. I thought I'll give you a brief note regarding the topic, uh, Azure Data Engineer. Yes, let's get into the topic. First of all, I'm going to talk about what does an Azure Data Engineer do. An Azure Data Engineer is nothing but who is responsible for designing, building, and maintaining data pipelines on Microsoft Azure platform. And their goal is to ensure data flows smoothly, it stays clean, and is always available for analytics, AI, and business decisions. Being an Azure data engineer, you should work with tools like big data, cloud storage, ETL pipelines, Spark, data warehouse, real-time streaming, and security and governance. Coming to fundamentals. What are the cloud basics you need to know? Okay. Coming to fundamentals, what are the cloud basics and uh, um, types of cloud services that you need to know? Coming to fundamentals, this is the topic. What is cloud basics? Before you need to knowing Azure, you should understand what are the cloud basics. In cloud basics, there are many categories. It's like what is cloud computing. What are the types of cloud services, and what is Azure regions, availability zones, what are subscriptions and resource groups. All these fundamentals you should be aware. Okay. And coming to another, regarding the Azure portal, you need to understand how to create resource. You need to understand create storage accounts, networking basics, cost management, and if you are a beginner, you need to subscribe for the Azure free trial as well. Next, coming to data engineering fundamentals, we need to understand about um, uh, the basic knowledge like SQL, NoSQL. Under SQL, you need to understand the joins, CTs, window functions, aggregations, indexing, performance tuning, stored procedures. And coming to NoSQL, you need to understand document DB, column DB, key value DB. When to use SQL and NoSQL. This part you need to understand. Okay. While coming to the database, you need to master all these concepts. And regarding Azure storage, storage account. Okay, when it's coming to this is the most important section actually. It's data engineering services, or you can say it as Azure and storage account platform. Here you need to understand what is blob storage, and what is hierarchical namespaces, what is directory structure, access tiers, access control, lifecycle management, storage replications, and what are these its importance. When it comes to ADLS, it's the central data lake where raw data is processed and curated, and where the data gets stored. Next, coming to Azure Data Factory. Azure Data Factory is the main ETL or ELT orchestration tool. Okay. In this topic, we need to cover all the topics such as linked services, data sets, pipelines, activities, integration runtime, mapping data flows, copy activity triggers. Be careful. This is the most important section. Here you'll be getting many interview questions based on these. Okay, so you should be mainly aware of this linked services, data sets, pipelines, activities, integration runtime, mapping data flows, copy activity, triggers. So under triggers, there are three triggers actually: schedule window trigger, tumbling window trigger, and event based window trigger. So you should be aware because this is the most important interview part. Okay. So coming to so what are the use cases? So moving data from SQL to ADLS, so transforming data using data flows, automate daily ingestion jobs, connect on-prem databases to cloud. So these will be the use cases of the ADF. Next, coming to Databricks. Okay, coming to Databricks. So this is the most um, what to say, it's a very important tool actually. So this is where most big data processing happens using Apache Spark. Okay, so you should learn Spark data frames. Okay, so I'll be telling all the main points. So you need to note down it. So these questions are important for your interviews. So if you are going for a Azure Data Engineer role interview, so you should be aware of all these points. Okay. So you should learn Spark data frames, PySpark basics, notebooks, Delta Lake, Medallion architecture, bronze, silver, and gold layers, job cluster, which is all-purpose clusters, optimizations, autoloader, Delta live tables. So Delta live table, mark it down. It's a very important question, and as well as Medallion architecture. Okay, so coming to the use cases, so there will be large scale transformations. So data cleansing, machine learning pipelines, streamlining pipelines. So these are the use cases of Databricks. Okay. Now coming to Azure Synapse. Okay. So when coming to Azure Synapse is nothing but it's an end-to-end analytical solution. Okay. So here you need to learn what is serverless SQL pool. So it's very important and dedicated SQL pool, Spark pool, Synapse pipelines, Synapse Studio, integrating ADLS with Synapse. This is the most important topic. So if you are preparing for an interview, note down this point as well. And if you ask me what are the use cases such as enterprise data warehousing, querying lake data using SQL, high-speed analytics, and PA reporting. So these are the use cases. And when coming to real-time processing, so real-time processing is nothing but you need to you need to understand like inputs, event hub, IoT, Kafka, SQL based string queries, tumbling, sliding, hopping windows, and ADLS, SQL, Power BI. So these are the real-time like stream analytics and use cases such as sensor data, IoT pipelines, real-time dashboards, and fraud detection. Okay, and coming to programming part, so this is a very important part actually. So programming skills, which and all you need to be very much. See, I'm not telling you should be well versed with the programming, but the main topics. So, for example, if you consider Python, you need to understand what is Pandas, PySpark, connecting to Azure SDK, data transformations, all these stuff. And mainly they will be asking regarding the like what to say um, tables and many other things. So mainly go through all this stuff which I am telling. And when it is coming to SQL, you must be able to write some queries. And if they ask for data modeling, what is window functions, then subqueries, whole thing you need to know. And Scala and Spark, that's an added advantage. And yeah, then coming to security and DevOps, so security concepts like Azure AD, managed identities, Key Vault, then data lake, then coming to networking side, VNet integration, private endpoints, firewall rules, So DevOps side, you need to understand the Git integration, then CI/CD. Okay, all this need to be aware of. And modeling and architecture is it's a very important part as well. So coming to architecture patterns, you need to understand data lake, data warehouse, lake house, then stack, like Medellin architecture, like all the three three layers like bronze, silver, and gold. So that's need to be um, taken care. And coming to projects and certification, I think you can go with DP900 or DP203, whichever is. I think I suggest you can go with DP900. All the fundamentals you can be covering. It's a very good starter friendly course. Okay. So that's all. So I have just given a brief introduction. So in my next coming upcoming video, I'll be sharing a brief note on all these topics one by one. So yeah, that's all for today. See you.